Yes. Good morning. Schmorning. Top of the schmorning to you. What's up, guys? Oh, I'm feeling good. Got my coffee. Yummy in my tummy. Woke up, had a nice workout. Conrad, Koo, Steve, Brendan, what's up? I haven't tried logging into BitMEX. Keith bought a Note 9 Sunday and I love it. Yeah, I absolutely love mine. Um, I'm actually kind of excited about it. I really like it. Like I've been rocking the S9 Plus since the day it came out, and I do like the Note. It's got a lot of the same specs, but I'm really digging the Note 9 over it. I like that it's bigger, and the only thing that sucks is like, all right, so I had to get it off B&H Photo because they gave me a dock, the new charging dual wireless charging pad, and the headphones. Whereas if you got it anywhere else, you only get the headphones or the Fortnite package. But I got the other two things was like $230 more of free equipment, but you had to buy the like lilac purple one or whatever. So I'm just gonna throw like a skin on it from D brand or Slick Wraps or something and rock it, rock it out. I actually bought another one to sell and to sell all the free equipment that came with it. I mean, because why not? Why not make 20 to 25% profit for free? You guys like the hat? Thanks, Crypto Wolf. Check this out. We got the beaver hat on today. It's exciting times. It really is. It's exciting times. Today's mug, guys, since we're calling this Crypto and Coffee from now on, at the suggestion of one of my fancy viewers, the mug today, we had Dawson's Creek the other day, but the mug today is I don't need Google, my wife knows everything, which is 100% true. Yum yum in my tum. So, today's a good day. Today is a good day. All right. So here's what we got on tap. I've got Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Neo, VeChain, Cardano, Ontology, Nano, Icon, Dash, Verge, Tron, Ripple, EOS. That should cover it. Um, Maybe look at ZRX too. It's gonna be the stream today is gonna be a little bit of a continuation from yesterday's, just in terms of like we're not gonna spend 500 hours on Bitcoin uh, because we already know and we're just waiting. So I'll show you guys what I'm looking at, and we'll go from there. So first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm going to actually remember this time to lower. There we go. To take my face down, not my pants. I shouldn't say that. All right. There we go. Okay, so good stuff. Here's the deal. Bitcoin closed. Let me turn this around here. Right there. Yesterday's candle. It's like a bullish harami, which is nice, over the 50-day moving average, which is huge. So this was a big bullish move. Um, a lot of times with bullish haramis, you will want to buy 50% of the entire candle. However, we have two in a row, and the midpoint between them is right at the 236. Now, you guys know I always tell you the 236 is the immediate zone for continuation. So we're just drawing this from the bottom of the move to the top of the current move, to the top of resistance, basically. Okay, which would be like, I could draw it to right there. I'm gonna draw it like right there, 68.80ish to 68.90ish, like somewhere around this level with the 236 is the first pullback that I want to buy. I think we'll get a little bounce off that. Um, and then after that, I'm still looking at if we can get a pullback to this 0.5 fib level, people would freak the fuck out. Now, I don't want to lose the daily 20 EMA, but if I get a chance to buy this 0.5 fib level right around 65.20, if it pulls back right here, it'd technically be the 236 at try to get to the top of this little big wick. There we go. 0.5 would be at like 6,500. And 0.5 fib is your immediate continuation zone. Something like this. Do whatever it wants to do. Continue on. And then if we go down to the 4-hour, showing you guys this again, I showed you yesterday, but we're still looking at it. That's what happens when you trade higher time frames. We got kind of this potential bear flag thing going on. And why would it be a bear flag? Well, we have that drawn, go out to the daily. There is your flagpole, bear flag, all right? Opposite of a bull flag, damn it. Well, if we negate this bear flag by pulling back to the 0.5 fib, which is your immediate continuation level, we do something like this, and this orange line is no longer valid, then we would have a bigger, higher time frame ascending triangle. So it's still something to look at. I'm trying to line that up, see if we can get it. I will buy a pullback to the 0.5, like no joke. And even down to the 0.618 to average in bids and try to get a bigger bounce. Do I think we're going to go there? Guys, I couldn't tell you. There can be some clues on the 4-hour. We still have a lot to figure out here. Now, RSI support gives us something like this here. It gives us plenty of room to do a little pullback on the daily. And a move from 59 to 50 or 49 on this RSI support is on the daily can give you a nice pullback of a few $100s. We could continue and bust right through this level. So we have to look at the smaller time frames and we have to see what the hell is going on. Now, we're looking for bear divs, okay? We draw it from candle closes. Is there a bear div currently? No. Lower high on candle closes, lower high on RSI. 4-hour, there's no bear div. I would imagine there is one on the hourly. So let's delete this. Higher high. Draw from the point where it starts, right here, lower high. There's an hourly bull div taking place. So an hourly bull div could give us a pullback to, oh, I don't know, the 236 right here, 68.50. Let me move those 68.90 bigs back to the 68.50. I don't know what I was looking at. But let's see if we can pull a rising wedge out of here. Something like that. It's going to be arbitrary. That's more of a channel. If we draw it to here, it's already broken out. I don't see much of a rising wedge on the hourly, to be honest with you. This is your aggressive growth trend line. Now, I wouldn't draw this trend line right here expecting this to hold, to be honest with you. Now, let's look at the volume. Must look at the volume. I can't see shit. There we go. Ooh, we got some good volume candles. What about the 4-hour? Those are bullish volume candles recently. Okay, I mean, it's been a breakout from the volume moving average, but nothing crazy. Let's take a look at the longs versus shorts on Bitfinex. So more shorts than longs. You have to be shitting me. They're close to getting liquidated, man. Still 3,200 more shorts and 70 shorts than longs. 32.70 exactly. You gotta be shitting me. freaking way. Now, if we take the volume off, this is another thing. Like this trend line right here cannot be expected to hold. And I'm not just going to look for trend lines. I'm going to look for trend lines that have the moving averages trapped within them. And this is what we have right here. I like this one a lot better. I'll make this one sky blue. See that? On the 6 hour, and definitely on the 4 hour, you have the 20 EMA and the 50 trapped within the growth trend line. So this looks bullish, guys. Looks bullish. I'm going to try to buy pullbacks 68.50-ish. Yeah, 68.60 might get front run 68.70, something like that. But I expect the 236 to hold on first try. Yeah, I can't expect this yellow trend line right here to hold. That's aggressive. Unless we get a big volume shoot and then we'll buy a pullback to a higher time frame, 20 EMA, maybe like a 6 hour or something. Back to the day. It looks, I mean, we're kind of running up on this level right here. If you look back to this resistance turn, is there anywhere, if I extend this, does this take me anywhere else? Not really. Not really. All right, so I haven't drawn this in a while because we're starting to get into higher time frame shit. Where is the 236 of this entire drop from all-time highs? It's at 9,200. We'll need to line that up if we get bullish. That would be our next higher high. It wouldn't shock me to try that out. The only problem is that if we take this off here, we know 68.50 is like the area we want to buy, at least for me, right? 3x leverage. Don't over leverage myself. Where would I put a stop? On my 68.50 buys. We'll figure that out when they trigger. I want to see more price action. But we're still lining up, guys. If we can break this like 71.80, 7,200 zone, and what is that zone? Remember, keep in mind, it is the 0.5 fib of the current move, of the most recent swing highs and swing lows. Depending on how you draw it. 71.80, 0.5 fib, and horizontal resistance back here. It's not crazy horizontal resistance, but it is horizontal resistance. From this move, if you go down to the 4 hour, it'll be more prevalent. I said that yesterday, but a lot of it is still lining up what we're lining up. You know, it makes sense. And then if I take off my moving averages, because just don't forget that this 200 moving average at like 78.84, yeah, right around there. That's our next move after 71.80. Now you'll get this 618, 7,500, 74.94, but the real move would be up to I would expect if we break this 71.80 level that we're going to hit the 78.84. Now, if we take off our moving averages, all right, except for our 200, I take off the 20. I'm just reiterating what I said yesterday if you weren't around yesterday, and put on our Ichimoku cloud. Take off this. We know there's, there we go. Okay, this 0.5 fib is a huge level because we have that flat. Now it's flattened. This is a full-on C-clamp because this is flattening. Like 7,200 horizontal resistance, daily cloud edge, flattened Kijun, 0.5 fib, huge level of confluence up here for resistance. If we can get out of that and close in the daily cloud, then we're looking at the daily cloud edge. By the time we get to that daily cloud edge up here and it's flattened so it can act like a price magnet, if it can close in, if price can close inside, like the whole confluence of the 200 and the flattened daily cloud edge, and then right above that, like $60 above that, is the 0.786 fib of the drop. Not a huge deal, that fib level, but there's enough there that we can see we truly have two levels of big time resistance. So like, don't forget 0.5 fib 7180, line it up, and after that, we're really going to be aiming for like the 7850 to 7880 zone. Okay, so don't forget, those are your levels. Those are what matters right now. We're going to try to buy pullbacks to like 6850, 6860, like 6850, 6860, because there's fib confluence. Now it's only two. Typically I look for three. I could probably find a third, but there's fib confluence I'm seeing at that 6850, or that's 6500, at this 6848, 6862, the 382 of this entire drop, and the 236 of this move upwards. There's a little bit of fib confluence right there. Okay, now I don't know if we could get a trend-based Fibonacci retracement confluence around that level as well. I'll make this pink. Right there, man, 6887. Fuck yeah. I mean, that would be a literal definition of what we call a Fibonacci cluster. So it's a 382, the blue. I'll move this out so you can see it more. The 382, 6854-ish of the swing highs around 8,500 down to the swing lows around like 5,800, 5,850. Okay, so from up here, you draw from the top to the bottom. And then from the bottom that we put in to the top of this long wick, because that's our resistance, the 236 of that is 68.48, so there's like a $6 difference between the two. And then if we go from the swing lows of like 57.30-ish, 57.50-ish, to the swing highs of 8,500, down back to the swing lows on a trend-based Fibonacci retracement, the 382 of that move is within that zone as well of 68.87. So all within that zone, we have what we would call a high time frame Fibonacci cluster. That tells you that's an energy point, and there should be some buying there, especially with that being the most important part. Like, these just back it up, right? This is just math and it just backs it up. But the most important part of all of this is that the 236 is there, because the 236 is your immediate bull bear line, like your immediate bull bear line. And a lot of times on the first touch of that 236 after an aggressive move upwards, you will get some buying pressure right there. So I do feel comfortable buying that. Make sense? Why pull the fib from the top down of the prior move as opposed to the bottom up? I'm doing both. Trying to find key Fibonacci levels. So I draw one from the top of the swing highs, swing lows, from the swing lows to the top of the current move. Okay. We look for Fibonacci clusters there. All right, that should make sense. That's Bitcoin. Got everything you need to be dangerous as shit. Now the last thing that you need to be dangerous as shit is your risk management. Don't be going all in. Don't be using 50x leverage and getting liquidated. Not that it matters. I mean, one thing is, I don't know if you guys understand that it's not about the leverage that you use, it's about the contract size that you use. So even though you're using 50x leverage or 25x leverage, it's not 25x the profits. It gives you 25x the buying power. So if you have 0.1 Bitcoin and you use 25 times leverage, you take 0.1 times 25, that's 2.5. You now have 2.5 Bitcoin worth of buying power. Now, to make up for that, to make sure that you can even up in the end, if it goes against you, they give you a higher liquidation price. Okay, so that's how that works. It just gives you the ability to buy more contracts with a higher liquidation price. So be careful out there, kids. All right, let's go to Ethereum. It was a nice move for Ethereum. I told the private group I'm not going to be shorting Ethereum. I'm just not. Like, right now, even though we have this daily 20 EMA right near the top of this structure, Bitcoin's looking bullish. I don't want to. I'm not bullish on Ethereum right now, but we do have a daily bull div. So daily bull div would be from the close, because RSI is calculated on the close. And there you go. playing itself out now. Oh, head itches. And then if we zoom out, like this level right here that is back above is like this horizontal right here. Played a little fancy pants and got below for a second, but it's back above now. Okay, it's kind of a key level. It's really not, but it kind of is. There is some Fibonacci confluence down here, but I'm not going to worry about it. I just don't want to get in the way of Ethereum. Okay, so I'd be more likely to throw on my 50 daily moving average right now. A lot of moving parts, and short that area, which is currently 380, and then the 0.5 fib of the current move, which is always a bitch to get over, is 385. If I get a chance to hit a pullback off of 385 to 380-ish near that 0.5 or that daily 50 moving average, which it'll be lower by the time price gets there, but if I can hit near that daily 50 moving average and that 0.5 fib, $385 to 380, it'll be probably closer to 370 by then. I will do that. I'll scale into orders there and hit a pullback and get some nice profits. The good thing about trading high time frame targets is that you can be really patient and be really picky and choosy and really line up some super high probability areas. If you know your fibs, you know your key levels and stuff, you can line up some super high level, super high probability trades. So, and just be patient. I got all the time in the world. So do you. Okay. The one thing that being in these markets for a couple years has taught me is that there is no rush. Every day feels like a year, but if you can just be patient, you're going to win. The rest of the market can be impulsive. I'm not going to be. I'm going to play my entries, and if they don't trigger, they don't trigger. I'll counterpunch the next move. So, yeah, looking at like 385. If we can get up there to 370-ish, like right around there. It depends. Bitcoin put in a daily bullish hammer reversal. However, this could become a bearish engulfing real fast versus BTC. And all that means is that BTC is doing better on a US dollar value than ETH is. So ETH could rise $9, or it could rise 3%, but in US dollar value. But if Bitcoin rises 4% in US dollar value, then ETH BTC goes down. So simple division equation, but we're still looking. I say it every day. You guys can write this shit down. Still looking for this macro 786 at 0.0383 could hold. I'm looking more on this trend line 0.0365-ish and 0.035-ish. I must have moved these overnight. But yeah, those levels. If I were to scale in to a long on ETH BTC, that would be where I did it at. So yes. Because this 0.886 fib, guys, of this market cycle, from the bottom of this market cycle to the top, well, from the bottom of the last market cycle to the top of the last market cycle, it bounced and reversed at the 0.886 fib. So why would you expect anything different? Look how aggressive this drop has been. Like, go to the 3-day. 3-day RSI is at 21. Like, a bounce is coming soon. And make sure you guys keep an eye on CoinMarketCap at Bitcoin dominance, okay? It's at 52.5. It was at 52.6 yesterday, I believe. Putting in a lower high right now. We'll see. Some alts are looking good. So that's Ethereum. Let's look at Litecoin. Litecoin closed, I believe, the day above this horizontal resistance. It did. If it does it again, we're looking for a move to the 50-day moving average around like 70.42. Okay. And so this and so, I mean, it's pretty much that easy. Looking for a move to 70.42. I'm not interested in trading Litecoin BTC right now. It's in between fib levels. I'm not even gonna look at it. Don't even think about it. It's a waste of our time to look at Litecoin BTC right now. I probably won't be buying any additional Litecoin. You could buy it at this level with a stop below 59.56, 59.50 on a daily close. But the problem with that is that will just throw you back. We'll go into 4 hour here. that would just throw you back into you'd still be within market structure on a support level, something like that. So, and then you have this 50 moving average on the 4-hour, and the 20 EMA are stuck inside of this trend line. So, I mean, your true stop would probably be below 55.80-ish. But that's, if you buy here, you'd be giving away 10 to 11% to try to gain 12 to 13%. I'm just not sure that risk reward is worth it. So just find something else to trade. Let's look at NIO. But if you bought Litecoin, $70 would be your next resistance, provided we close over the daily around like 62.35-ish. Let's look at NIO, because it'd be a confirmed close. There we go. A lot of the same with NIO. I need to get this resistance down to that wick. There we go. What does the daily look like? Is that a little bit of a bear div here? Higher high, lower high. What's the volume? This is only Bittrex. Not bad volume for Bittrex. What's the daily look like? Yeah, a lot of the same. If we can close above $21 exactly today, the next move we're going to be looking for is the 50 moving average on the daily at 26.23. And then BTC, the next move, if we can close the daily, we haven't done that yet, but closing the daily twice above the 20 EMA isn't a bad clue that we could be testing the daily 50 moving average at 0.037-ish, 0.0037-ish. It's that simple. But remember, NIO has that ICO for next coming up, and there could be some buying pressure because of that. Is that... I don't remember what date that is. I think it's September 3rd or something like that. All right, let's look at VeChain. VeChain's pulling back. You wanted it to close above here yesterday, but it just couldn't quite do it. Let me look at the 4-hour. At this point, with the... Oh, let me look at the daily real quick again. All right. I think your signal to get out of VeChain if you're in profit would be daily 2 4-hour closes below this trend line, or if you want to be a hard ass, a daily close below this trend line. I'm interested to see where the higher high is. I just know that 325. If this ascent continues, 325 and like 340-ish are your next resistance levels, which is pretty nice. It's just not a lot to go off right now. I don't like this candlestick pattern. This is a little on the... What am I doing on the daily? It's a little tweezer toppy. It's not exactly, but false break above. Not only this candlestick, but also this the real body of the drop in. So, and that's actually the 618 of the Venn chart, the macro 618 of the Venn chart, like right here. And we're running into trouble there. This would be a nice bullish hammer reversal, but we've got a lot of time left today. So it's like there's not a ton to do with VeChain right now. What's the volume look like? This is a nice ascent. One thing I worry about is that this is starting to look like a rising wedge. So keep an eye on that rising wedge right there. It looks a little like a bullish pennant, but when you have a rising support line and a rising resistance line, that is a rising wedge. So you really want it to get out of here. You could buy down here on the 4-hour 50 moving average if you want to. around like 235-ish to 239-ish, 240-ish. But a close below the 4-hour 50 moving average, I'd probably be looking to cut losses and look at something else, which it wouldn't be much of a loss. So not a ton to do with VeChain right now, to be honest with you. Cat vest is right here. What do you mean, where's the cat vest? Bang, son. Greatest invention in the world. My wife still hasn't sewn it. I'm pissed at her. This is how divorce happens. I'm kidding. But yeah, there's your cat vest. Ah. What's up, Tamer? Tim. I'm just gonna call you Tim. Like you said. All right, let's look at Cardano because like I'm digging the shit out of Cardano right now. Private group is banging out this Cardano trade. It's freaking loving it, man. I told them I was digging it. Look how it bounced with this 4-hour 20 EMA. Like, am I allowed to dab live on stream, guys? Bang. Gotcha. Look at the daily first. Always look at the daily first. We're at the daily 20 EMA right now. What did I tell them? Sorry, 1 second. 1547, first target. Did we hit it? Oh, almost. It's looking good though. I like it a lot. 4-hour looks delicious. Is there any volume? We need to look at Bittrex. Probably doesn't have a ton of volume. Oh, that wasn't that bad. What about Binance? That'd be where the volume is. More bear than bull. The thing I'm digging about Cardano, guys, is like, all right, so draw this here. Pretty clear we had a falling wedge that we've broken out from. Riding the 4-hour 20 EMA, like that is textbook beautiful. Now on the 4-hour, this tells us that like 1660 is in store. Were we rising off a daily bull div? Yes, we were. Yes, we were. Yes, we were. Kind of looks like an inverse head and shoulders on the other side as well. But you had a lower low in price closes and a higher low. So here we are getting our rise. Yeah, Cardano looks really nice, man. But like there's not a lot that I would do here. You could buy it, but the problem is that you're running up against the daily 20 EMA. So what do you do in this situation? The only thing I can think to do in this situation to make it really easy on you guys is to draw yourselves a growth trend line now and try to buy pullbacks to it. And then your stop right now would be below 1440, but that's a lot to give back. So like you could buy it, you could buy some of it, but know where you're wrong. And I think 1440 below that is a guarantee, or below the on a 1 or 2 4-hour closes below this trend line. This trend line doesn't necessarily have to hold, but on the first move, like look, all right, look how this trend line held in a bear trend. Would you want to be in it if it closed outside of this outside of this trend line? I don't think so. So let it put in a higher low. This didn't. This put in a lower low. Let it put in a higher low before you start getting all bullish and shit with it. If you want to try to catch this move, you know, buying it near here on the 4-hour 20 EMA like we did would have been a good idea. But other than that, there's not. What's the USDT look like? Like I'll get super patient with it. I don't even care. USDT looks like it's going to 11.5 cents on the 4-hour. It's probably at the daily 20 EMA. It's above it. That's really positive. Because then 12.85 cents is 12.92 cents is next. So like I typically would let the US dollar chart lead my BTC chart because it tells me if there's more room for growth in the US dollar chart, which there absolutely is. You know, we got a kind of like a bullish harami close above on the daily, above the 20 EMA yesterday on Cardano Tether, and it looks like we're continuing. So, I mean, that's a pretty nice candle. Now we still have 10 hours ish, 10 hours 23 minutes until the daily close. So there's still time to figure it out. But the US dollar chart is telling me there's more room for the Bitcoin chart to go up. For sure. And that would kind of line up with the next move to 1660-ish on the 4 hour. Sorry if you can hear my dog drinking water. She's a thirsty girl. Up to the 4 hour 20 or 200 moving average, 1660-ish. That would line up with a move to, on the US dollar chart, 11.5 cents, but on the daily 50, after that would be 12.92 cents at this moment on the 50 moving average. Looking good. I like it a lot. Hi, sushi lover. All caps. Let's look at ontology. Pullback. To be expected. Still sexy looking. So, if we were to fib the bottom of this move to the top, it's right at the 236. See if you would have bought the 236, 236, daily 50 moving average. Is there any 4 hour moving average support here? 4 hour 20 EMA. A little bit of a bear div up here. Not a ton of volume on the drop. There's 3 levels I would buy this right now. Right here on the 20 EMA at 34,670 and on this trend line at 34. Because like here's your support. This almost looks like a div, but it's not because it is lower. So we're in confluence on our oscillator. Yeah, man, it just looks to me, I mean, ONT might be putting in like a fucking nice pennant. Like, bang, son. And again, that would give you a measured move up to the macro, kind of 618 area over here. I'm sorry, over here, maybe a little bit higher, something like that. So things are looking good. If you wanted to buy ONT, your 3 buy levels would be right here. I'd probably average in, put more weight to your orders as it goes down. Like 34.6 to 35 and 34. You could stop below 37.3 on a 4 hour close, and to do that, all you do is draw a line like right there, horizontal, hold shift, right click on it to hit add alert, or come over here to this bar and hit add alert, and then less than. We're on the 4 hour, looking for 4 hour candle closes and once per bar close, and then it'll alert you. Great. So, yeah. All right, we have buy spots. Next target would be 43K up here, horizontal resistance. And after that, we're damn near in the clear up to like 56K-ish. After 43K, I mean, it's not a lot. Fib support, moving average, or fib resistance, not a lot of moving average resistance, horizontal resistance, or anything until like 56K. So it's actually a pretty good risk reward trade. Let's look at Nano. All right. Nano. I would buy the fuck out of this 20 EMA on the daily. It's the only thing I'd worry about buying. So go. I told you yesterday, we'll take a look at this later, no rush. I put bids at the 20 EMA on the daily and the 0.5 fib. And then, if you can, the 618, which people call a golden pocket or whatever, this 50 moving average on the daily is floating right there at the 618. There's like a nice area I'd put some bids in and weight them lower. You're gonna catch a bounce. You're gonna catch a profitable bounce. Let the market do its thing for you though. What the volume look like on the sell? What about on the 4-hour? Not bad. Yeah. You could even buy this 4-hour 50 moving average coming up around 40K. That might not be a bad idea, but I'm more inclined to buy the day chart right now and do the daily 20 EMA all through the 618 and weight your bids lower and get a nice average somewhere around here and hit the bounce. That's profitable trading right there, and it's really easy for newbies to do. Put 25% here on the 20 EMA, 25% on the 0.5 fib, and 50% of your bids at the 618, and get an average somewhere around here, something like that, and get yourself a nice bounce. If it bounces on the 618, you can assume it's going to go to the 382, 40K sats right underneath that. 618s go to 382s. I don't know after that. What happens there determines the short-term trend. You could keep moving your stops up, or you could take your initial investment amount completely out and have free nano to let it ride. See what happens. It's up to you. Or you could just take all your profits out and be a stud and go move them somewhere else and try to compound profits. All right, let's look at Icon. What was your recommended read for fibs again? Fibonacci Trading. How to Master the Time and Price Advantage by Carolyn Borodin. Carolyn Boroden. Taught me Fibonacci price clusters. Got it? I'll type it into the chat. Conrad, DM me on Twitter regarding that book. I might throw a copy your way. All right, Icon. All right, look, we've been looking. I said this in the private group, and I said it in the free chat last night. I'm looking to buy the 200 moving average on the 4-hour. The 50 moving average should be up there by then, like 11.7K-ish. Okay? 0.5 fib, 200 moving average. The 50 should be close to then by the time it drops there. And the 20 EMA on the daily is right there as well, like 11.7 to 11.8K. Really easy. And then your first profit taking zone would be like 13K-ish at the 0.236 of the current move. High probability trade. Very easy. Very nice. In terms of continuation, my problem here is that, well, if it bounces to the 0.5 fib, you can assume it's going to continue until it doesn't, which is a very subjective thing to say, but that's the rule. It's kind of in a rising wedge. RSI is, but whatever. What's the daily look like? A much more aggressive rising wedge. So, it's all right. There's layers of this shit. These things don't go up to 9,000 overnight. $9,000, right? Might need to give it a little while. Not that icons ever need to 9,000. You guys know I'm selling a lot of mine around 20 and 25 bucks to give it a $10 billion market cap. 11.7K, first profit taking zone's 13K. We will visit it after that. Dash on the daily. Looking good. Bouncing near this 0.886. But it's getting stuck at the 50-day moving average right now. Not a lot to do. If you wanted to buy it, you could buy a wick down 50% of this gigantic bodied candle, 244 to 45 sats. K sats. Or million. 2.45 million sats. Like somewhere around here. Get it to a nice flip. Up to 2.62 million. Let the rest ride, see what happens. All right, Verge. This is like easy trading here, guys. After big moves, I just buy pullbacks and let them bounce. You go ahead and move. I'll buy the pullback. I'm liking this. I'm liking this, Verge. Verge, I'm liking what you're doing. Fuck yeah. A move to 233 looks guaranteed. There'd be a real body ascending triangle. And then after that, like 260 looks like it's gonna happen. I'm liking Verge, man. I'm liking this chart. Where would I buy it? A little bit here, a little bit at 206. Stop below 200. Stop below 190, below 199, because I like horizontals off ascending trend lines for my stops. And then as it starts moving, your new stop would be below 207. And then as that starts moving, your new stop would be below 212, and you just keep moving it up. Take a little bit of profit. No, never have a problem taking 10% off the top when you're in profit. Okay? Just keep doing it. 10%, after one 10% profit taking becomes 9% of the original investment. Because then you're dealing with 90% left. Take 10% of that, it's 9% of your original investment. Now you're at 81%. Take 8.1% off the board. Now you're at 72.9. You take 7, you know what I'm saying? You just keep it taking 10% off the board. It lowers your entry and locks in profit for you and lowers your risk. What's the problem with that? There's a video on finding the right stop in the private group. Just letting you know. It's fire AF too. Am I allowed to say that? But yeah, you could buy some around 214, around 206, even down by 201, 202. Average in. Weight your orders lower. Below 199 on a 4-hour close, I am out. And then your first target would be like 234, and after that would be 260. That should give you a pretty damn good risk-reward ratio, because we'd be assuming that your average would be, as you weight it lower on your entries, would be somewhere around 207 to 208. So if you get stopped say it triggers down to 197. That's minus 5%. And then up to 233, that's like 9%, but up to 260 is like 22%. So it could be at worst like a 3-to-1 risk to reward ratio on an average. But it's looking good. I mean, your risk reward ratio is lower because the pattern looks so damn good right now. I mean, not technically, but yeah, I'm a subscriber to that theory. Ripple ain't looking half bad. Or Tron, I mean. What the daily look like? It's coming up on the 50 moving average. I don't know what this trend line's doing. This next resistance is 412, 413. Big falling wedge breakout. I'll buy a pullback to this trend line. This was your signal. Know your tweezer toppy / bearish reversal twin candle pullback signals, guys, and this was one of them to take a little bit of profits. And close right here, just take some profits. Near 384. Buy the 20 EMA if you can. We haven't gotten there yet. Not a ton to do here, guys. You could buy the trend line if you wanted, but the problem is that's such a long wick. Is the real trend line this? I don't know. A lot of ambiguity for me. A little subjective. I don't like too much subjectivity. We are guessing. It is trading. Now on the 4-hour, this would technically be your, yeah. There's no retest there to buy either. Made a run for the 1. Didn't quite get there. Yeah, I'd buy this trend line. Stop on 2 4-hour closes below it. But then the problem is that you have this 50 moving average in the 4-hour right below that, and that's really what is going to matter. I don't know, man. Probably wouldn't be buying Tron right now, to be honest with you. Only because, not because of all of that, but because the daily 50 moving average is right there, and that's going to give significant support. And I think maybe we can break this trend line and then buy a pullback off of it after a bounce, after it shows us more market structure or volume. So yeah, let's chill out in Tron for a little while. My spidey senses are telling me just go look at something else. Let's look at Ripple. I already looked at Icon, Charlie. Trying to buy 11.7K. Saw the first bid at like 13K. I have 0x on the list. It's only 2 away. We can look at Zem, QSP, and Zilliqa, and I'm taking no more requests. I'll only look at it if you like the video. Okay? I mean, look, it's at the bottom of this high time frame falling wedge support. It could still be a buy. Your stop at this point is below 4,800 sats. Don't want to see it put in a lower low off of this falling wedge breakout. Where are we going to next? 56K sats. That's your look. There you go. Not a lot else to say about Ripple right now. It'd be 56K and then the confluence of this macro 786 at 5777 / this falling wedge downward resistance, like right around there. It's actually a pretty easy trade. Just doesn't give you enough risk reward. 11 and 16. So if you sold half of each, it'd be like 13.5. And divided by 4. Yeah, it's almost 3.5. Not half bad. Not the best, but I'd probably buy, if I were to, on a break of 50.25. Because it tells me that it's likely we're seeing 52.34 before we go see at the 200 moving average on the 4 hour, before we go see the 50 moving average on the daily, which is like 5,600 right now. Okay? All right. EOS. I think I told you guys on stream to buy EOS the other day. Did you listen? I didn't put a formal call out, but come up on a resistance of the daily 50 moving average and the macro 786 of this entire market cycle from the bottom to the top. Now my question is, did we get a trend-based bounce? Now here's the thing, be really cognizant of this downtrend line on EOS. This is the long-term downtrend line. So even if we break the 786 at 92K, like right where this daily moving at 50 moving average is, you have this downtrend line. And after such an explosive move to the upside, you'd have to assume a pullback is in store, at least at 50% of the move. We have to see where it tops out at, and then we'll fib it to be exact. But even if there's nothing to buy here with EOS, it's actually not a bad shorting opportunity at 92K, like right before that. Only because there's the daily 50 moving average and the macro 786 fib level. Now on the run back, like we drew this from the top of the market cycle to the bottom of this bounce, or to the bottom of this market cycle to the top of it. I'm sorry, the previous to the top of this one. Now to run it back, the 786 isn't going to be gigantic resistance, but well, let's see where the 236 is. All right, 236 is going to be at 110K. That's not anything to worry about at the moment. Yeah, I mean, we're coming up on a shorting opportunity for EOS. Is the 4 hour maxed out to all hell? Yeah, 83. I would short this. As a matter of fact, I'm going to log into BitMEX real quick and market short some EOS. And I'll stop out on the daily close above 93K. Depends on what the BitMEX prices are. Oh. All right, so September 28th futures are, yeah, that's a tweezer top on the 4 hour, on the 1 hour, with a big bearish candle, volume candle. I'm fucking selling the shit out of this. Let's do 5,000 contracts on, no. There we go. Yeah. 3x leverage liquidates me above 116K, which puts me right above all that resistance we were looking at after this level. So the liquidation is good. And I'll do 750 contracts. Sell short at, yeah, we'll sell right into that bitch. I'm just gonna market sell. Fuck it. Bang. Sue me. All right, order filled. See what happens. Now let's go into the private group. And say, quick flips, I am shorting market, shorting EOS on BitMEX with 3x leverage. Near 0.00088. Have at it. I will get you a target shortly. All right, I'm back. Thanks, John. Yeah, I'm not, John, I'm always open for, I've got too many right now. So maybe we can run through them at the end really quick. All right, so that's EOS. Let's look at ZRX. I told you guys to buy on stream, to buy ZRX yesterday. 2 days ago, I'm sorry. And now everybody's in profit. So what do you want? What more do you want from me? This is a 4-hour 20 EMA bounce. Like, it was like right here. I was like, buy that shit. Oh, it looks so good. Bullish engulfing on the daily, but it's not done yet. There was one, it's like a big indecision. Not quite a harami, but your next target's going to be 123K at the daily 200 moving average. If you're in ZRX, I take a little bit of profits there. But yeah, shit's looking good on ZRX. $129. I would definitely take profits there, but I want to see more price action before I call higher upside targets. Now, RSI gives us plenty of room to run, but there's a large confluence of resistance horizontal here at 129K. Then you have your daily 50 moving average at 133-ish. I want to see how it reacts to this level, and then if it wants to shoot through it, we'll catch a pullback, which is a perfectly viable strategy, guys. There's not always a trade to be made. But if you took the trade around 110K, like I told you to on stream 2 days ago, your first profit taking level, assuming that the daily closes over the 20 EMA on the daily, okay? If it closes over the 20 EMA, your next profit level will be 122K. There's nothing wrong with taking a little bit of profit off the table right now and setting a break-even stop. So you lock in 3.5% of your profit. Nah, that's if you take it all right now. It doesn't matter. It'll cover your fees at least. All right, let's look at Zem. What is shitty little Zem doing these days? I love me some Zem, but damn it, get going. What in God's name is going on with you? Such a good project, man. I just like, what the hell? 0.93 still under it, under the daily 20 EMA. Not a lot to do here. I mean, a long-term buy, absolutely, have at it. Fucking have at it. But in terms of trading it, no, I'm all right. Unless the 1 hour, I mean, this tells me the 4 hour isn't putting in anything. What's the 1 hour putting in? Triple top? Like, no, I'm all right. Quadruple top? No, I'll stay out. About 500 other things I could put my money into right now. QSP. What's the daily tell us? Always go to the daily first. Double bottom. So if you wanted to buy this, your stop would be under a daily close underneath this level right here. You just draw a horizontal line, stop out below it. And then Daily 20 EMA. We're close. The problem is, on the 4 hour, this just kind of looks like a bear flag. Doesn't it? And if we go back to the daily and we fib the bottom of the chart to the top of the chart, the 0.113 is below 0, right? So there's some shit underneath that. Like, we just need to figure it out. Now, if we were to draw, there's not a lot of fib confluence there. It just looks like death. If we were to draw a pattern off of this, back within rising wedge. Let's go to auto. There. I'm not sure that the bottom line matters as much as this matters. So like that bottom line is stupid looking. Yeah, it's back above. It doesn't matter as much as this matters right here. This is a perfect lesson for you guys. When I say know your candlestick reversal patterns when the top has been put in, right here is perfect. That's tweezer top from hell. And then you combine that, if you want to be really risky, with a trend line, and when it breaks, get the fuck out on a daily close. Because look, a lot of times daily closes will fight for a trend line. If they lose it, it's gone. But like, look, this closed right below. So once that daily closed, you're not really losing much more. You give it a chance to close back above, okay? Anyways, yeah, right now this is looking like, I mean, this was a big bull div, okay? So that gives you a little bit of hope on the daily. Big bull div. Go from the close, much lower low, and a little bit of a higher low off this whole drop from here to here. So it tells you a rise could be in store. The only problem is if you're in this and you bought the bottom, I would take profits near the 50 moving average around like 740-ish, but then also right at this daily, at this trend line, because look, this will be the third touch of this long-term downtrend line, okay? And while this chart has been completely and utterly sold into oblivion, third trend line touches typically can be false breaks. So it'll make you think it's going back above, and you'll think, oh, we're going to the daily 20 moving average, or we're at least going to go to horizontal support, turn resistance near 1377. I might hit a 2x off this, but it'll break back above. You might get a volume wick, and then boom, it'll die. So be really careful. Like, take your profits, like front run some of these levels, like sell a little bit before, only because there could be high volume selling at some of these levels, especially on QSP. Like, it's showing me it right now. Like, I want it to show me a rounded bottom. I think it's trying to put in a rounded bottom, and this could very well, like, I think QuantStamp's a good project. It could very well do kind of this, put in a higher low, just kind of, and then boom, boom. But let me see a higher low on the high time frame before I get all antsy in my pantsy. You know what I'm saying? So your next resistance on this, we have a confirmed close over the daily 20 EMA. That's amazing. That's something that we want after a big bull div. That tells you that a rise could be in store. Am I buying this? It's looking bear flaggy right now. And by the time that it could get up to the top of this little looking bear flag thing, the 50-day moving average could be right there and intersect it for a little bit of a sell, right around 720. I'd probably front run 710 or even 700, because at 700 you have horizontal resistance right there. Nothing huge, but it is 700. That's a round number, even though it looks like it could be a bullish engulfing. And then after that, if you get above the 50 moving average on the daily, you gotta sell some. Line it up with this downtrend line. You gotta sell some at this downtrend line, because third downtrend touches, or third trend line touches, whether to the upside or the downside, can very often be false breaks, and you don't want to fuck with it. That'll be a big drop. So be careful out there, kids. Just use risk management. Take profits at certain levels. Up your stop. Like, the biggest part about making money is not losing it, especially when you're in the profit. All right, Zilliqa. Let's see if we got a Zildo. A little bit. Damn, son. Yeah, I mean, a daily close above this wick. We got one yesterday, and that's a bullish Harami candle. Is a straight move to the intersection of this 50 moving average and this horizontal resistance, turn support, turn resistance from the very drop in of the chart around 760-ish, 750-ish, 760-ish. Okay. Now this wasn't a macro 0.93 retrace. It had to have gone below that. Yeah, it did. That shit got ugly. Freaked everybody out, that's for sure. You got a real body. The only thing you got from here is a real body bounce. So if we were to expand this, you got a real body bounce off this. So, yeah, I would definitely take some profits at the intersection of this 50-day moving average and this horizontal line. Now, going back to the very beginning of the drop into the chart. Now, what a great move by Zilliqa, right? But it's like when this thing puts in another market cycle, it's going to go like this. It's just tons of interest in it. Bear market, it's going to go boom, boom again. What's the 4 hour say? Because I'm like really digging some of this chart. I'd rather buy it a little bit higher on a confirmed break above, but it looks so good, man. Only problem is like, yeah, you could say that this is starting to look like a rising wedge. But you can get a 0.5 fib retrace or a 0.618 fib retrace off of a rising wedge, catch a higher low. Probably the 618 I think is a better, like you would just draw from the bottom of this move to the top, wherever the top is on that move once this rising wedge breaks, you could try to catch a 618 for a bounce. Don't lose money on it. It'll be profitable. Don't lose money on it. Just keep stacking gains. I think right now we'll come back to Zilliqa on more streams. Like every morning, I'm live at 8:30 or 9 a.m. Eastern. We'll keep looking at it, but right now, I think you're probably safe up to like 750, 755 ish. Probably. I take some profits there though. Capiche? Quick TA on Tomo. Yeah, 1 second. Jesus Christ. That is really good right there. Now tell me this is a 0.113 Fibonacci retrace. Give it to me. Tell me, tell me, tell me, tell me, tell me, tell me, tell me. Yeah! Locally, yeah, sure, just enough. Yeah, I mean, it's locally. With a nice volume rise off of it. Like, look, man, if you're not buying Tomo at these levels, I can't fucking help you. Okay? I can't help you. It's like 24 cents right now. It has the same max supply as Neo, okay? It's looking to be a high throughput platform protocol. It has the former Zen project lead, Long Wang, as its leader. We're looking at like 150 master nodes, okay? And it's only on IDEX as far as I believe. It might be on KuCoin, I'm not sure. but it's not on big market on big markets. Like, what in the hell do you want from me, son? Just average into this bitch. It's gonna go psycho. Oh, it's gonna go psycho. Yeah, it looks good, man. It's like 3 white soldiers right here, right? With a volume breakout. Yeah, it's just gonna get wacky as fuck. It might like go woo, higher, low, a little more volume, and then boom, boom. Boom, boom on Tomo. All right. You're the man. Why didn't you come through, bro? I waited all day for you, bro. At least to take me on a ride in that Maserati, man. That would have been badass. Uh, Juan. We'll look at Juan real quick. The 1618. I'd probably buy it. I don't even need to see a fib. I know where I'd buy it. I'd try to get it right above here at like 15.6 to 16K sats on a wick. It'll bounce. Yeah, 15.865 gives you your 618 of that move. Fuck yeah. There you go. To the 382 would be 18.3. 18.3 would be your first sell spot. Break even stop on the rest, maybe. Have at it. There should be some buying pressure also on this trend line. Try to get there too. Just be careful because we may be putting in another rising wedge. Look, we need volume breakouts across the board because then there's a lot of rising wedges happening right and bear flags happening right now. Okay? Now for a bull market to end, you got to break a fucking rising wedge and a bear flag here and there. So it wouldn't be seen it happen before. They only go to the downside 2/3 of the time. There's still a third of the time you can break upwards, so it's like not the end of the world. You just don't want to see volume decreasing and market sentiment turning shitty. We're not there yet, so don't get all fearful. Just keep buying pullbacks. Aight? And then we'll do Aeon. Last one, you little shits. Same thing. You could buy low 8,000s. 200 moving average on the 4 hour. I would stop out below like 7,500, 7,600. See what happens. Just know this is looking like a bear flag. See it before I do and know what you're up against. You can still play ping pong ching chong in the bear flag. You can still make money and just channel trade. All a bear flag is a channel. Buy at the bottom, sell at the top. Buy at the bottom, sell at the top. Buy at the bottom, sell at the top. Buy at the bottom, stop out eventually. Your profit should be greater than your losses. Not that you would have known to buy back here, but this is a confirmed trend line. We have 1, 2, 3 touches. This is not. This is 1, 2, didn't quite get there. So, all right, guys, make sure you like the video. Please subscribe. My Telegram channel is on here, Twitter. If you guys are interested in the private group invites are going out in 3 days, September 1st, first thing in the morning. NoahsArkofCrypto.com if you're interested. And I will see you guys on the flip side. Thank you for being a part of the stream this morning, and I'll see you tomorrow morning. Love you.